All units report to crime scenes. Corinth Apartment Complex Building 6, Room 301, and Building 2, Room 108. Currently, 4 casualties have been reported. 1 male, 1 female, and 2 minors. Suspect has fled the scene. 2 key witnesses are to be taken in for interrogation.
In the criminal justice system, the people are represented by 2 separate yet equally important groups: the police who investigate crime and the district attorneys who prosecute the offenders. These are their stories.
Tranquilo, señora, tranquilo.
No sé qué pasó, había una señora loca y había sangre en todos lados y después todos se murieron, todo el mundo se murió.
Someone give me a translator! Okay, let's start from the beginning.
Seguía a los niños hacia el apartamento antes de que la señora los hubiera visto. Ella y su prometido compartieron un momento entre miradas. Cuando ella se dio cuenta de que los niños estaban ahí, los miró con desgracia.
She said, I followed the children into the apartment, and before the woman even saw the children, her and her fiancé shared a moment, and when she noticed the children, a look of disgust washed over her face.
Su prometido intentó consolarla, pero no fue hasta que vio la bolsa de diseñador y el vestido que los niños le habían traído que cambió de opinión. No podía resistirse a estos regalos. Después de vestirse en el vestido, se admiró en el espejo. Momentos después comenzó a llorar y se cayó en la silla.
The fiancé tried to console her, but it would be the designer bag and dress that would lead her to her change of heart. She could never resist gifts. Taking the dress and the Louis Vuitton purse in her hand, she was overjoyed. After she slipped the dress on, she stood admiring herself in the mirror. It would be only moments later that she would let out a blood-curdling cry and fall into her chair.
Su cuerpo. Ni siquiera puedo comenzar a describirlo. Era horrible. Espuma salía de su boca y sus ojos rodaron hacia atrás. Era como si las llamas del infierno estuvieran consumiéndola y fuego y sangre escurrían de sus poros. De repente, su padre llegó y se lanzó sobre lo que restaba de su cuerpo. Mientras él la abrazaba y la intentaba consolar, no pasó mucho tiempo antes de que compartiera el mismo destino. Su cuerpo también terminó irreconocible entre las llamas.
Her body, if one could call it that, I can't even begin to describe the horror. She began foaming at the mouth and her eyes rolled back into her head. She jumped up as if the flames of hell were consuming her. It was as if fire and blood oozed from her pores. Suddenly her father arrived and threw himself on what little remained of his dear daughter. Embracing her, it wasn't long before he shared the same fate. His body was left unrecognizable after the flames consumed the both of them.
She seemed very distraught when I was with her. She was speaking of things that a mother should never think of, let alone say. When she told me of her plans, I of course told her not to go through with them, but she proved inconsolable. She was bent on getting revenge for the wrong she felt that he had done to her.
Why didn't you alert the authorities sooner?
I feared for my own life as well. Getting on her bad side is like a death sentence, and most likely a painful one. No one loved those children like I did. I treated them as if they were my own. After she had killed her ex-husband's fiancé, she took to the task of killing her children. In her mind, this was a better fate for them than being at the mercy of her enemies. She chased them throughout the house with a broadsword in hand. The children pleaded for their lives, but it was no use. Little did they know that the woman that stood before them was no longer their mother, but a monster. She no longer looked human. Her eyes were wild, and her hair disheveled. At this point, I saw that all hope of reasoning with her was lost. I ran from the house and called the police, but by that time it was too late. The children were dead.
Who is responsible for this atrocity?
Medea!
Medea!